So let's get real. I'm going to tell you right out the gate, I failed more goals than I've accomplished. I've made lists, color-coded charts, glued affirmations on my bathroom mirror, and woken up on January 1st feeling like this is the year. Finally, I'm going to do it. And by February, I'm lucky to remember what I was even thinking about in the first place. Real progress. It's not a straight line. It's not a 30-day challenge, and it sure as hell isn't about ticking every box on a syllabus written by some self-help bro who thinks just start waking up earlier is peak wisdom. If you hate mornings like I do, that crap's not going to turn you into a better version of yourself. It's just going to make you tired and cranky. But here's the part that no guru shouts about. What if you're not the problem? What if failing at goals isn't about some moral shortcoming, but it's a signal that the whole way we talk about goals is actually broken? Look, if you've ever tried to climb a mountain in a single effing day, you know two things. One, your legs are going to hate you. Two, you get about halfway up and realize most of the journey still stretches ahead of you. And you either sit down and cry or turn around and swear you'll try again when I have more energy and I'm ready. Okay? You are ready. We're as ready as you're ever going to be. We set brutal, oversized goals for ourselves every year. Lose 100 pounds, kick every bad habit, start that business, save 5 figures, volunteer, meditate, run a marathon, become a Zen master while raising 3 kids on 2 jobs, and trauma that you have yet to unpack. Sound familiar? We pile on convinced that changing our whole life at once is the way that we prove that we're serious about accomplishing things. But here's the truth that most of us really don't want to hear. Dreams are good, but delusions can be deadly. Yes, you can do big things. No, you can't do them all at once, or without setbacks, or by following someone else's 6 easy steps. So let's put this out there. If willpower was enough, most of us would be at our goals already. The just try harder brigade can go ahead and sit down. Real life isn't a corporate retreat. The research actually backs this up. Habits and progress are built in context, not in isolation. When I finally quit smoking, after more than 2 decades, it wasn't because of some magical New Year's Eve urge descended from above. It was grit, frustration, setback, some self-hatred, and a lot of self-forgiveness. And honestly, my people who kept me honest and on track. Same for my weight. I have struggled with weight since I was like 3 years old. Okay? I'm 40-something now. I've been battling it, and I still am. Some days, I kind of feel like I'm winning. Some days, I definitely don't. But progress is not judging by whether you hit goal weight and stay there for 500 years. Progress is sticking with it, adapting, and not giving up because one day was rough or several days in a row. Progress is honestly staying alive and trying again. If you're telling yourself, I don't have what it takes, stop right there, okay? What you don't have is a system built for the actual, messy, beautiful human you are. All right. Secretly, raise your hand if you've ever borrowed a goal because someone told you, or it was out in the world, social media, self-help book, right? Me too. But let's be real. How many times have you read, just follow my system? Here are my top 10 things that every successful person does. And thought, damn, well, I guess I better do that too, or I don't really want it. Listen, even if you could copy paste someone else's plan into your life, you can't copy paste their neurology, trauma, schedule, family situation, health, or history. Hell, you can't even copy their luck. So how did borrowed goals become the gold standard for change? I wanted to be a person who could inspire, show up on the world stage, speak on big podcasts, actually help people change. Yet If I set my goals based on what the world says success is, I'd measure everything in numbers alone. TikTok followers, email subscribers, big labels. For the longest time, I thought, I'll only be legit when I've arrived. Here's what the past 2 years has taught me, though. Every subscriber I've gained, 16,600 on TikTok, right, was earned through posting, sweat, using my brain, making sure that I showed up every day to do something, getting vulnerable and trying something new. Every person who has commented on a post of mine or on my blog or in my school account, that is success. That's a victory. Those are human beings that I have somehow affected. Every person who opens up, even just once, is a mountain climbed that day. If you keep setting goals based on what you think you're supposed to want, of course you're going to fall flat. Your goals have to fit you. And if that sounds self-indulgent, it's not. It's the only sane path. So why is it, whether you're fighting addiction, mental health battles, codependency, or it's just the grind of being alive in this world, goals slip through our fingers? Simple. Everything's built for the best case scenario, not the average. Tired, traumatized, lonely, dealing with mental health issues, right? Person that's out there. But here's the truth that you usually won't get from mainstream self-improvement. Survival takes work and monsters sometimes. If you're in recovery, getting out of bed is a goal. Showing up for family and friends, styling your hair, eating breakfast, not screaming at the first person who looks at you sideways that day. Sometimes that's a summit, that's the peak for the day. And it's completely valid. If the people writing self-help books lived a single day in a brain that's wired for anxiety, addiction, or old trauma, their tone would be a lot more compassionate, real, and a lot less smug. Professionals, I see you. I'm looking at us too. We preach balance and wellness, but are we living it? Or are we measuring our self-worth by how fixed our clients get, while our own goals go on the back burner? That's real. Nobody is immune, myself included. Progress isn't winning every single day. Progress is dragging yourself through the lowest days and refusing to make failure your identity. Progress happens kind of in fucking slow motion, okay? Sometimes it's one follower, 1 pound lost, one hard conversation with a sponsor or a loved one, your boss. Sometimes it's setting a boundary and not backing down, even though your hands shake the whole time. Quitting smoking for me, that took about 15 real attempts and 1 million I'll start Mondays again. Every time I'd get a week or 2 in and then break, it was so damn easy to slip back into the shame of everything. Hiding, don't want anybody to know, feeling bad, right? But here's the ultimate truth. The attempt isn't wasted just because the results didn't last at first. You gather data, you get stronger, you start over. And eventually, if you keep showing up, it sticks. The same with weight, the same with businesses and art and family and love. People love to sell the idea that overnight success is right around the corner if you just hustle, grind, and manifest hard enough. Here's the unsexy, infuriating, wonderful truth. Everything I've done, quitting smoking, building this brand, losing weight, getting sober, rebuilding my life, coming out of poverty and addiction, right? Came in shreds and scrapes and micro wins and teeny tiny torn up little pieces. Sometimes things like that mean answering 1 email instead of 20, recording a TikTok that bombs but not deleting my account in frustration. Taking a walk instead of running a marathon. Because every small win is a brick in the wall. Every single time that you show up, it gets a little easier to show up tomorrow. Here's the part most posts don't mention. You're going to fall off. You'll miss a week, you'll mess up, or you'll hit a wall so hard you spend a month licking your wounds. So what? Setbacks are not a sign to quit. They are such a normal part of any process worth starting. When I relapsed and started smoking again after having a great streak, the self-loathing was almost worse than the nicotine, I think. But what finally helped was this. I stood up. I said, I'm not starting from zero. I'm starting from experience. And got back in the fight. Give yourself permission to drop the shame and get back to work. You haven't lost everything. I hate that when people start all over, they think. You haven't lost everything. You've just learned a way that doesn't work for you. Again, data, not defeat. Here's some freedom that we all need as well, though, okay? It is totally okay to ditch your goal. Sometimes you set one that felt right in the moment, and months later you realize it isn't serving your real life at all. And maybe, honestly, it never did. Permission granted. Let it go. Pivot, rewrite it to match where you actually are. You're evolving. Your goals should be too. For those of us in addiction recovery, here's the thing. Goals aren't about proving your worth. Too many systems teach us that we're just broken. So fixing ourselves has to be painful, dramatic, Instagram worthy. That's an outright lie. Sometimes the best goal you have is just to take care of yourself. And that's not lazy. It's kind of radical. And if you're walking alongside someone in recovery, family, friends, professionals, don't judge progress by how well someone sticks to your checklist. Listen to the lived experience. Progress is personal, and no chart in any therapist's office is going to replace the small wins that keep someone alive another day. True. All right, so let's get a little more honest because it matters. For professionals, are we healthier than our clients? Are we walking what we talk? Or are we just performing wellness online? It's really easy to set goals for others. And it's so much harder to show up consistently for ourselves, especially when no one's watching. The only way to stay real is to admit when we're struggling and pursue progress right alongside our people. Otherwise, it's just more performance. My own goals, bigger impact, getting on more podcasts, spreading the message seem overwhelming every single day. The only way I can keep going is to remember progress isn't about looking good. It's about showing up and being honest, especially with myself. So how do we actually do this? Okay, so here's what I know from both the research and my own scars, okay? You have to start with something that matters to you, not to your neighbor, not to your friend, not to your girlfriend, not to your baby daddy, not to your therapist, not to your boss, not to your PO. You. Okay? Next one, make it stupid small. If it feels laughably easy, you're finally getting the scale right. Want to exercise? Walk 5 minutes, not 5 miles. Drink 1 glass of water, not a gallon. Show up for 1 meeting, not sign up for a full course of therapy in 1 week. Build a base of self-compassion. You're going to screw up, okay? That's baked in. It's there, okay? Factor relapse, missed days, and rough patches into your pain. And don't weaponize the shame when this stuff happens. Track, but don't obsess. Data is feedback. It's not a grade. And if you fall off course, correct it. Don't assign yourself detention, okay? Knock it off. Adjust for the real world. Some weeks, honestly, the best you're going to do is survive, okay? That counts too. Don't forget to celebrate the tiniest of wins. I'm talking tiny. Tiny, tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Comment, message, celebrate, share, talk about it. A win is a win no matter what. And then reflect and recommit. The only real failure is quitting because you think you're a failure. Everyone else, still in the game. All right. Now, if you're one of those people who like structure, okay, here's where the SMART goal formula comes in. It's an old school tool. It's an old school tool, but hey, sometimes it helps. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. At its best, it keeps you from setting vague, unreachable, and totally random goals. Want to get healthy? Make it specific. Walk 10 minutes after dinner. Measurable. I'll do it 4 times a week. Achievable. Not set yourself up for failure. Think small and real. Relevant because you care about your health, not just because your doctor or somebody else tells you to do it. And time-bound. I'll do this for a month and then check in. But here's the real world twist. SMART goals are a guide, not a law. The boxes are helpful, but if you still can't check every single one, you're still moving forward, right? Some days, the only box you check is still here, and that's progress. Use the SMART framework to serve your life, not the other way around. So let's widen the conversation a little bit, okay? If you're a professional, what goals have you tried and tossed out or reframed? If you're in recovery or you're supporting someone in recovery, what hard win do you wish people would recognize as enough for today? Comment, share what you think. I'd love to hear it, and so would everybody else. What do you think about everything? Where are you at? Are you ready to try some of this out? I built Progress is Progress because I was tired of pretending. I was tired of toxic positivity, tired of people faking it until they make it and burning out in silence. The only thing that honestly keeps me showing up is knowing you all are out there fighting your own battles, making real progress, one beautiful, messy day at a time. Because so am I. So this year, screw perfection, set your goals for you. Shrink them until they fit your actual, precious, and perfect life. Celebrate every micro win, even if you falter. Don't fail. Start again, even if it's for the 1,000th time, okay? Permission granted to revise, restart, or throw out a goal that just doesn't fit you anymore. Because the only progress that matters is yours. Here, progress is progress, even when you're still crawling. So let's climb this thing together, one honest and imperfect step at a time. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Tell me what you think. Share how you're doing if you've tried any of this out. Love to hear all your real world examples. Thanks. Bye.